ahead and record this. All right. Can everybody see me okay?
Yes.
Good, good. Okay. If I can get everyone else to put their cameras on uh to remove themselves from the cameras right now so that me and Mama Moo could go in and then we're gonna bring you back on.
Oh, so just turn it up. Okay.
My phone so I don't have a whole access to how to move around with the let me see. I'm looking. Okay, we just gonna get right into it because I'm so excited about this, y'all. Let me tell y'all, I am so excited about this. Let's talk about why. Why am I excited about this? I'm excited about this for one because I have known Mama Moo for close to 11 years now, and I've always been a student when it comes to her. And I know we have been teachers and student to one another. But one thing that I recognize we are as women is that we always are showing up one to another as mother, sister, teacher, healer, and friend. When you are in a conscious, positive alignment within yourself, you are showing up in all of those ways, one to another, with another woman, with a sister. We are showing up as mother, sister, teacher, healer, and friend. And so I'm Tracy, the Sacred CEO. I am a priestess, oracle, medicine woman, and many other things, mother, grandmother, great grandmother. And I am here to provide um, a divine download from the matriarch, from the mothers, from the guided ones, from the ancient wisdom of the reservoirs of what they call her, what they call she. You know, we've heard so many names when it comes to describing this wise one. We've heard Sophia. We've heard Shekinah. You know, we've heard so-called Isis and Aset and Mayat and Oshun and Oya. You know, we've heard all of these beautiful names and attributes that describe the mother, that describe the essence and the characteristics of mama. Mama is just not a healer. Mama is just not the nurturer. Mama is also a warrior. And you know, when mama get upset, honey, you done messed with her kids. What go back, we go into war mode. Am I correct?
Correct.
We go in war mode, right? So right now, I want to take this opportunity to allow my mother, sister, friend, healer, the goddess Mutimwiya Ra Imhotep, to come through and share this upgrade that we are about to receive today from the mothers. Welcome, my beautiful sister, Queen,
Welcome.
medicine
It is an
woman. I love
honor,
you.
honor, honor and privilege to be your sister, to be your daughter, to be your mother, to be your friend.
Yes.
It is an honor to be you and for you to be me. Because of you, I am. Because I am, you are. We're not separate. We're one.
Right.
We're daughters, the mothers.
Yes. Yes. Ooh.
So it's an honor and privilege.
Yes. And me and Mama Moo, I have lived with Mama Moo. I have been under Mama Mood and I've cried with Mama Mood. Me and Mama Mood ain't even had differences, honey. But you
Yes.
know what? We've always circled back around because we understood that the bigger picture wasn't about personal, emotional, things. It was more
Yes.
about the essence of um, moving forward in this great shift that
Yes.
has taken place. It's not taking place. It is taking place. We are
Yes.
live and in living color real time with this shift right now. And I'm gonna allow you, Mama Moot, to go ahead and give us the download and the upgrade that we need right now in this moment because I feel like the mothers are saying, okay, I've babied y'all. I've rocked y'all. Y'all been on the titty. Y'all done had this baby food. I need y'all to come on up now because now we got to stand 10 Jones down. And some of us
Mm-hmm.
going to have to pick up the machetes.
Mm-hmm.
We gonna have to cut through some things. And I
Mm-hmm.
heard Mama Moo mention earlier about a shift. That shift is always happening, and it is, and it's uncomfortable. And I want to say this one thing before I allow her this platform. When you are breaking the spell of patriarchy, you are being broken open. Understand that. Broken open, meaning it's not gonna feel good. Everything you've believed, everything you've ever known, everything you've been programmed and conditioned into has the tower card has come up. It's all destroyed.
Yes.
And now you have to rebuild yourself and take in mother's wisdom in order to live the fullest divine expression of who you are as feminine energy.
Yes.
I'm going to give it to you, Mama Mood. I love you.
Okay. I love you too. I want to share this before we get started. Like Tracy said, we've been together many, many, many lifetimes. But in this incarnation, she came to get some energy work done. She said, Mama, I need to say something to you. I'm like, okay, sure. You too hard on the sister. I looked at her. I said, okay, thank you for that. That was the change. That was the shift. That was the changing point for me. That was a changing point for me holding animosity against my sister because when you're an open channel and you want everybody, you living good, eating good, you want every sister to eat good and live good. And when they not, or when they do something offensive against you, you hold that energy. So when she showed me that, and when she told me that, when she said those words to me, I internalized it. I said, okay, thank you. I began to do the internal medicine. The next time she saw me, she said, Mama, you're not the same. It was a year later. So it took me a whole year to internalize that message and do the necessary work to shift all of that. Because so often we as sisters, we hold things against each other. She said this. No, no, no. So we're hard on ourselves, but we let the patriarch do whatever it needs to do.
Come on through. Mm-hmm.
But the minute our sister says something about us, against us, or we hold it against her. And you know why we hold that against our sister? Because we hold it against our mom, our birth mom. We have not given our mama the credit she deserves for birthing us. It takes courage to bring forth life. No matter, we don't know what she was going through. We don't know the relationship between her and that male. We don't know the relationship, or we don't know if she was financially secure, mentally. We don't know. But we have to understand we chose her to birth. And so, all respect and honor to my mother, Moselle Miles, who birthed me. I love her. I thank her for birthing me. When someone brings forth life, we all are mamas, no matter whether you birth somebody or not. When you have a dream or a goal or idea, that's a birth. The body takes a shift. So our body is shifting every day. We are the nurturers. We are the original OGs. Do you know what that means? They say, oh, well, that's an OG. Yeah, the original generators. That's us, the moms, the daughters. As a daughter of the mother, you are the original OG. There's nothing before you. Not presence or power is before you. The her, the big mama, the nana, the mother, the grandmama, the elders, the crone, the mother, the maiden. Nothing is before you. We didn't come from anything. It came from us. And until we embrace that daughter, being a daughter of the mothers, you know how powerful that is? Being a daughter, and being a mother. Because once you become the daughter, eventually you become the mother, no matter whether you birth life or not. Anytime you have brought something forth, because we are the original OGs, we are the weavers, we are the builders, we are the keepers, we are the generators. We carry the sacerdotal powers. Everything flows through us. It is time to put that patriarch energy on the shelf and embrace yourself and being a daughter of the mothers and understand what that means. It
Tell us what
means
that means, Mama Moo.
being a
Tell
daughter
us.
of the mother.
Yes.
That means that I am the daughter of Moselle Miles, and Moselle Miles birthed me. I am her daughter. The first relationship is me and her. Growing up, we didn't have the perfect relationship. As a matter of fact, I hated her. Didn't understand that, the first thing, oh, she don't want me to do nothing. She don't want me, but that's no, she wanted me to be the greatest that she could allow me to be. She loved me. So now I can look back on and see the thing every day, the love that she had for me. Because if she told me don't do something and I did it, trust me, it came to pass. Whatever she said, don't do that, don't go there. It all came to pass. Now I never might have came back and told her, but I did later on in life. I shifted all that hatred and turned it into love. I was sexually abused as a child. In that child's mind, because I didn't tell her, how did she know to protect? She couldn't protect what she didn't know to be true. So I carried that animosity. As a child, you have a child's mind. So when you are a daughter of the mother, birth mama first, the average mama wants the daughter to have what? Everything, right? And when you truly build that relationship with your mama, what do you have? Everything. It flows like the current in the Armenian River because it's womb to womb. That's the connection. And when that cord is severed, oh, you feel that separation of that cord. But
No
as
matter
long
what
as
that
that,
relationship
thank
was.
you, yes.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But as long as that cord is there, you still feel that connection. You still have that change to shift that energy. So let's go back to the daughter that says, oh, well, I had the greatest relationship with my father. How could you have a great relationship with a patriarch, with the patriarch energy, when it's the matriarch energy that birthed and brought you forth, that's attached to the umbilical cord that you have? So in giving grace, I had to learn to give grace.
That's the word right there. Grace and space, baby. Grace and
Yes.
space. And understand her humanity.
Yes. And where she was when she birthed me and the things that you go through and birthing children and having a daughter and being a daughter because she had a mama. So she was a daughter of a mama. My grandmother didn't live for until my full fruition. So I don't know what their relationship was like. Her mother passed as a child. So I can't say what their relationship was like, but I do know that my mother loved me greatly and deeply, and she birthed me. She had the opportunity to say no. It was 12 of us. And she had the opportunity to say, oh no, not this time. But the karma between her and I chose that birthing. I chose that karmic debt to bring it to a place of wholeness and to break those generation curses and bring forth those gifts that she had. So in being a daughter of the mother, what the mother has, the daughter has. And what her mother has, you, the grandmother, great grandmother, great, 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 all that now is in your womb. So all those gifts, the frequency, the vibration, the rhythm, the keys are now inside of my womb.
And I feel you when you say that, Mama Moon. And I want to also bring this up because there's a lot of us that many times we don't understand that our mothers are teaching us, even if it's indirectly. They might
Yes.
not be teaching us directly,
Mhm,
the right things or the right choices, but indirectly, we
mhm.
are still receiving the teaching and the wisdom of our mothers, even in her trauma.
Yes.
We are still learning, and we still have to be appreciative of that
Mm-hmm.
wisdom, even though it was painful. And it's
Mm-hmm.
going to be hard to work through the pain. But the one thing that I realized about this thing called planet Earth, being here, it's our everyone's mission is to work through the drama and the trauma and come back to the center of your soul and love yourself through it all. That's the main journey of everyone here, is not to hold on to the drama and the trauma and come back home to your soul, meaning understanding fully who you are. And a lot of that is going to come from mama. And we have a
Yes.
lot of mothers who are jealous of their daughters. Let's
Mm-hmm.
tap onto that, because many times it's hard to build a relationship with our mothers when you have a mother who is jealous of you. And I had to learn, wow, because it took me years to realize it. I was like, there's no way my mother could be jealous of me. She's the epitome to me of everything. How's she jealous of me? I'm just the daughter. But I realized that my mother was resentful because I was able to have opportunities and options and choices that wasn't necessarily available to her because she had me. So even though she loved me in her way, there was a resentfulness there because I'm here and I'm able to have those options and opportunities that she didn't necessarily get to experience because her time of coming up in the year and the era and what she was experiencing culturally as a young Black girl and not being married. So understanding and knowing your birth story is so important, because once you understand your birth story, you will understand more about who your mother is and who you came here to be and what you also came here to teach her. As stubborn as she is, you still are teaching her something. So can we
Yes.
tap into that? Like those tumultuous relationships with mama. Like
Yes.
you said, you hated your mom for a long
Mm-hmm.
time.
Mm-hmm.
Me and my mother has actually built somewhat of a relationship, but I also have very established boundaries now, where
Mm-hmm.
before I didn't.
Mm-hmm.
So there's going to be some things that we need to do to protect ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
But let's talk a little bit about those tumultuous relationships with mama, and possibly those mothers who resent us and are jealous of us, and we have to learn how to move through that.
Okay. Let's go back to you chose her as a birth parent.
Okay.
That's that's the part we have to. I heard what you said. She birthed us, but we chose her as a birth parent. What's the reason that we choose her? What was the karma between her and I? First of all, maybe you would okay, because see, this ain't our first. Notice I said we've been Tracy and I have been together many, 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 many lifetimes. All of us have been together many, many, many lifetimes on this journey. So before I really say that my mother was jealous, I have to go back to the prior, not one of those prior incarnations is I treated her the same way she's treating me. This isn't the first go around. So how did I treat her in the prior incarnation? Maybe not this incarnation, but one of those incarnations, what the karma is between her and I, is I treated her the same way. So often we think in linear. We don't think in spiral or circle because this isn't the
Right,
first lifetime
right,
that we've
right.
had together. So in that, I go back to I can say I can hold grace because I have to first say, I chose her as a parent. Now, why would I choose someone who was jealous of me? What part did I play in this? That's the first thing I want to know. Can I go back and find out what incarnation did I do this to her? Now,
Mm,
why did I say that? Time to talk about my molestation because that's where a lot of my awareness came through is through my molestation. I'm sitting in this church and I'm ushering and my gifts are unfolding and I'm going through these things. And all of a sudden I'm sitting here and I hear a voice. It says, forgive them. You molest them in a prior life. Oh, but
mm,
that became the catalyst to open up that door for me to understand and understand that nothing just happens, just everything happens because of karma. Karma is a proclivity or a pattern. It means that I've done this to someone else. Now it comes full circle. If someone snatches your purse, when did you snatch theirs?
Mm.
So the mother-daughter relationship is doesn't have to be tumultuous. It's tumultuous because that's karma writing itself. We come to remember that we are sacred and divine. We come to remember, to recall, to restore, and to renew that we're not these bodysuits. You said that we come to remember that we are the soul. Bliss. But until we can do that, there's no remembrance of former times. Do you know why? Because when we chose to come down to, we decide when we're up in I'm gonna speak from the Yoruba, and we're in heaven. I'm just gonna use that. We
Okay.
decide on what we want. I'm gonna go with this, mama. I want this, and I want this. And I'm gonna go down here and I'm gonna be this great person, but I want all these experiences. I want all these opportunities.
Mm-hmm.
So I can better myself, that I can return back to the alchemist, the true
Mm-hmm.
transformer, so that when I leave this plane of consciousness, only way I have to come back is if I choose to. But it's the going through that's going to get me through. So I said, okay, well, you know, I chose this mama and I chose those experiences. But when I come down through that breakdown, because my mother doesn't know who she is, she doesn't know to pray for me when I'm getting ready to come forward. Before I get ready to gush out and that blood starts gushing out, she doesn't know to pray for me.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Because if she prayed for me, guess what? That would soften our karma
Mm. And probably the birthing experience.
and the birthing experience.
Mm-hmm.
And see, when you birth yourself in that hospital and they got that light comes into your face. And guess what? It blocks out all memory.
That third eye.
That third eye.
Mm.
So babies who have a birth doula, who are born at home and not in a hospital with that bright light in there, and they have you sitting all up and you're not laying down, you're not in the water, you're not squatting. That's a difficult birth. You're not in the birthing chamber. We
Mm-hmm.
have birthing chambers. And in our mama's age and my mother's age, sisters birthed each other.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they had to. We could go
Yes.
up in their hospitals.
Thank you. So
Yeah.
that's an experience they don't really, they don't want us to bring forth life. So that's a whole what hostile environment.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And so whatever when you get ready to come down through that birthday, because there's no prayer coming with that to help you solve that karma, you're gonna experience that karma. So I say this: when you realize that whatever the relationship between you and your mother is the prior one that you did to her, then and only then can the shift take place.
Okay.
Say, okay, just said, all right. Once again, I hated my mother because of this incarnation, but in a prior incarnation, she experienced the same thing from me. I'm sitting in, like I say, when you first start this journey, your gift starts to unfold. You start to see and know things. And I'm
Mm-hmm.
I'm, I'm sitting in this guy's house and I'm reading this book. As a matter of fact, I'm reading The Magic Presence by the Purple Violet Flame. And
Mm-hmm.
all of a sudden it says that you were her mother in a prior life.
Mm-hmm.
The
That's
things
Dr.
she,
York, correct?
yes,
Uh-huh.
you were her life in a part, you were her teacher in a prior life. Now she's yours in this incarnation. That's when the shift takes place. The shift takes place when everything happens to you and you say, oh, this happened to me because I created this. I am the cause of this. It ain't just happening on its own.
Well,
If
I
I'm,
think that goes back, Mama Moo, because we have not understood that we are gods yet.
yes,
We
but
have,
not only,
so we
well, proven.
disconnected because we
Yes,
disconnected from that. We can't
yes,
even mentally, feel and process that because we have not realized that we are gods for real, for real. We are creating
yes,
every aspect of our life and based
yes.
on our vibration.
Yes, the
Yes.
frequency, the vibration, the rhythm. So as long as you keep thinking with this linear mind, as long as you keep thinking with the patriarch of no responsibility, no accountability.
Oh, yeah, the gaslighting and manipulating and
Yes,
narcissism, because it's all
yes,
mixed in the patriarchy.
all of it.
Yeah.
So they don't want the mama-daughter relationship to be of a righteousness because when the mother-daughter relationship is whole, we're whole as a race of sisters. There's nothing that we cannot achieve. There's nothing that we cannot do. It is the sister the original generators, the original creators, the original. There's no sin for us. We didn't come from man. Man came through us.
Mhm. And we didn't come from sin.
Thank you. There's no sin.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
None.
Right.
That was created to keep suffering oppressed. It's if you go back.
And keep us disconnected.
Yes. So if there's being a daughter of the mothers means that I accept my mother no matter whether she jealous of me, hate me, didn't feed me, then I accept her for what she is because she birthed me. I
Mm-hmm.
accept her because I know whatever I'm experiencing in this incarnation is I need this to come back to the divine sacred being that I am. How can I return? How can I can say that I'm divine and I'm sacred, but soon as something happens, I'm cursing you out, I'm fighting you, I'm hollering, where's the sacredness at in that?
Yeah.
Where's the divinity? Why would So we make we make God a man.
Yeah.
So we get caught up into this interview that we never take the opportunity to say, you know what? I'm getting off this wheel.
Well, see, also too, by us submitting and creating and looking at the highest divinity as a male source, as male
Mm-hmm.
energy, what we do is we go into this life and we put
Mm-hmm.
men before us as well.
Oh, I'm gonna get
Anytime
it.
anytime you go in and have a deity, your supreme being that is masculine, you're going to put everything masculine males and be male centered. It is going to make you male centered. You won't be you centered. You won't be feminine centered. You won't be female centered. You will deny
Yes.
yourself. You will sacrifice yourself. You will lay yourself on the altar for that what? Male deity, for that man.
Yes.
You will do all of these things that go against your primal
Yes.
wisdom, your order, your love, your divinity. You will go against all of that for a man. And that's
Mm-hmm.
what is being loosened from us
Mm-hmm.
right now. Let's get
Yes.
into that, Mama Moo.
Okay. Let's get into that. What does this? I need a man. How many sisters have you said that? I need a man.
I used to do it. I was a pick
Thank
me.
you.
Yeah,
Oh
I used to do
yes.
it. Yeah.
I need a man to lead me. I need a man to take care of me. What do you need outside of yourself? What was
Mm.
when you were in your mother's
Mm.
womb? Who was in that womb with you?
Mm. Baby, you said something powerful. Sisters, if y'all listening, write that down. What do I need outside of myself? If there's something that you need outside of yourself, if that connected with you, that is the point of origin, as Mama like to say. Mama would
Hmm.
like to say that's the point of origin of where you need to start doing your work.
What do I need outside of me? When I was in my mama's womb, who was in that womb with me?
Right?
If there was not a twin, if there's not was not a triplet, what do I need outside of me?
Mm.
So I didn't come here with anything. When we were in that birth canal, and when how was I being fed? What was feeding me?
Mm.
Whose
Mm.
thoughts? Whose words? Whose action? What was the food coming from?
Mama.
Thank you. What was my indoctrinating coming from? And if Papa was giving her a hard time, what thoughts was she feeding me? That
Mm.
hard time he was giving her, right?
Yes.
So when you come into it, like it goes back to that umbilical cord, being in that water, being in that dark primordial current water is when I'm being fed. So if she's not happy, what am I gonna be happy for? If she ain't in a successful relationship, what am I gonna be in one for? But see, society has told us. They show you all the couples, the white picket fence, the 2.5 car garage, the six figures. They have you all. It's supposed to be married.
The American dream. That
Thank
wasn't
you.
my
That's
dream.
what I dream.
What my
Was
dream.
never our dream.
Yeah. Yeah.
It was a dream that they gave us to keep us suppressed and oppressed. Who's the most powerful thing? What's the most powerful thing on this planet? Your womb. And when you go with her, that's your ancestral lineage. That's your ancestral intelligence. She ain't saying that you need somebody. She's saying that come to me, all you that are heavy laden and burdened. I will lift you up. I will raise you. I will give you everything that you need. Now, go back to the womb. And we go back to when we sit in that womb and we come back down through that birth canal. Now, we have to go, they call it the Akashic records. People like to do their Akashic records. but they never ask, what's the karma between me and this person?
Woo. That's something y'all need to write down. Y'all got to be ready for it though. Look, this awakening of removing of breaking down and breaking out and spelling this patriarchy is powerful and it's uncomfortable. I'm telling you now. So take it bit by bit. Don't try to take it in big chunks, because you'll get a stage of psychosis. You got to take it bit by bit.
What's the karma
Woo.
between me and my mama, me and my sisters, my auntie, my grandma, my great grandma, 7 generations back? Once I find out what that karma is, let me be the one to bring it to a place of wholeness. I chose this.
Mm-hmm.
I
Mm-hmm.
chose this incarnation. I chose this bloodline, but there's gifts in the bloodline also.
Mm-hmm. Yes,
There's
ma'am.
fruits in the bloodline also. The bloodline has a song, the bloodline has a key, and the bloodline has a frequency that we should adapt and incorporate. Don't now the trauma and the drama is, but just because you have trauma and drama don't mean that you're supposed to live in the trauma and the drama.
That's right.
Our tissues are in our issues are in our tissues. So that means it's in our DNA, it's in our molecular structure. We have to go inside that DNA. It says, okay,
Mm.
I come to learn something here. I come to remember something. I come to restore. What is that?
Mm.
Now, I'm not saying that you, whatever relationship you have with your mother, when you can give her grace, when you no longer anger, when you no longer hate, when you don't have the upset, that's the healing process. And until we can feel that, we can't be the daughters that we can. Tracy, you know how powerful we are. You hear sisters say all the time how powerful they are, right?
Yes.
But you can help a sister. You can build a sister up. You can talk to a sister. You can show her how great she is. What's the first thing she gonna say after you get through? When am I gonna have a man?
Yeah. That's the number one question in the reading.
If you, first of all,
Relationship and money.
when you
Men and
gonna have your
money.
when you gonna have yourself? Can
Yeah.
you date yourself?
Yeah.
When are you gonna have yourself? Can you nurture yourself? Can you love yourself? If there's nobody there, nothing there, because it's the void that fills us.
Mm-hmm.
If you can't sit in the void, because the mamas want us to have every good thing. She wants her daughters to have every good thing. And if you are supposed to be in a relationship, let's go back to car. What's on a person's mind? If your sisters all have sex on her mind, and whatever, and she in this incarnation, guess what she gonna have in the next incarnation? A lot of sex.
Mm-hmm.
If you man crazy, that's the only thing you can think. That's what you're gonna have in the next incarnation. But it's what you carry in your thoughts, your words, your actions, your deeds, reactions determine what you bring forth in this incarnation.
Mm-hmm.
Now we have what's called karma tank A and karma tank B. Oh, I'm gonna wait in the great by and by. Why I got to wait in the great by and by to have my good right here, my
Yeah.
righteousness right here? Ain't no great by and by. Once again, what's the bill of goods we've been sold? That
Yes.
we need a savior.
And most of the time it's a man.
Yes.
We're looking for a man to save us, and they
Mhm,
programmed us with those fairy tales. And if you notice,
mhm,
is most of them, those so-called princesses and stuff, they was in a coma. They was asleep
mhm,
until the man what kissed them. Then all of a
yes,
sudden, something woke up in them. But the
mhm,
thing of it is, what I'm learning, Mama Moo, is that that very thing that supposedly wakes up is something that is already in us
and yeah,
that can be activated through ourselves. We don't necessarily need them to activate that, but we haven't been taught that.
that's why I'm finna go flow
So
now.
I want you to help us understand, because, like I said, for the past 2 years, I've been learning about sovereignty.
Mhm,
For the first 6 months of learning about sovereignty, my energy didn't quite connect with it. I didn't feel like
mhm,
I really understood it. I
mhm,
understood the meaning and the vibration of it. It
mhm,
took me a minute because I still had layers of developed conditioning
mhm,
that wouldn't let me quite get there. But as I
mhm,
kept researching and doing my own inner work, I
mhm,
started understanding the self-governing that comes with sovereignty, as
mhm,
well as the autonomy. And many
mhm,
people are scared of autonomy because they think autonomy means you're being alone.
Mhm.
No, that's not what autonomy means at
Mhm.
all. So
Mhm.
let's go in and help the sisters really and help us all understand what is sovereignty and how is that really healthy and what the feminine energy needs to really go back to in order to thrive.
Okay, sovereignty. Sovereignty means that inside of me is a androgynous being, the great divine feminine and the great divine masculine.
Mhm.
And I don't need anything outside of myself. So when I awaken that great divine masculine energy within myself, I'm awakening my prostate, which looks like that little clitoris
Mm-hmm. And the ovaries,
and the
which are the
ovaries
testes. Mm-hmm.
and testes. I'm awakening my heart. I'm awakening my mind.
Yes.
So the true marriage was never a physical form. The true marriage was always the heart, the
Yes, sir.
man, the testes, and the clitoris, and the vagina,
So
and the
powerful.
penis. That was the true marriage. Because when you feel with your mind and you think with your heart, see, it's that, what should I say? The emotional piece, the feeling piece is the nurturing of the divine feminine. The reasoning, the logic is the reasoning of the divine masculine. So when you are already the divine feminine, but when you awaken that divine masculine energy inside of yourself, that's when you walk on water, heal the sick,
Ooh,
raise the dead, cure the leprosy. There was never any, we were androgynous. So we were able to, as the Dr. Delbert Blair loves to say, as
yes.
Mammy Mama Sagbe loves to say, we were birthers of ourselves.
Yes.
There was no penetration.
Hmm. That's the first that's the first master teacher of mine that taught me about parthenogenesis, and that was
Yes,
years ago. And it took me a
yes.
minute to catch that as well. But
Mm-hmm,
he actually sat me down, and we would have conversations online, and he
mm-hmm,
would teach me about parthenogenesis, how
mm-hmm.
we as women have the ability to birth ourselves. Now, with
Yes.
that, it's an XX chromosome each
Mm-hmm,
time. So
yes.
women can birth only other women, which
Mm-hmm,
actually gives me, it makes me question the birth story of what they call Jesus Yeshua. Because if that was a so called holy birth, parthenogenesis, there was no connection to the sexual piece of
mm-hmm,
intercourse,
mm-hmm,
physical intercourse, right?
mm-hmm. Right.
This was a divine birth. Then if it was parthenogenesis and we only can produce XX chromosome,
Mm-hmm.
how was she able to produce an XY chromosome in the so-called male Yeshua? Or was he actually a female? Like I got some questions, Mama Move.
She, him was the divine feminine.
Okay. Okay.
She said she is the Holy Spirit is the model of energy.
Yes.
There
Yes.
was never any masculine energy on the planet. It was just divine feminine, androgynous. The divine masculine lives inside of us, and the divine feminine lives inside of the patriarch. They knew that. That gave them the ability. I'm telling you, when you align yourself with that divine masculine energy, you become, I'm going to say, nirvana,
Okay.
kundalini energy wakens up.
Mm-hmm.
You begin to, the gifts, the walking on the water, curing the sick, and all that starts to take place. Sacerdotal powers, oracle, prophesy. We all did all those things. There was never, that's why I say we are the original generators. But each sister, when she go in, I'm going to suggest when you have if you have a daughter, you teach your daughter to use her right hand as well as her left hand. If she's left-handed, teach her harmonious rhythm, how to use the left side as well as the right side.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Both sides of the brain.
harmony. That's both
Mm-hmm.
sides of the brain. We've
Mm-hmm.
been told the left side is a divine feminine. No, no, no. The right side is divine feminine. The
The
left side is the
disconnection.
divine masculine.
Mm-hmm. The
So when you,
disconnection, the dichotomy.
yes,
Mm-hmm.
dichotomy. So the sovereign being, the sovereign free wild woman knows that she is divine feminine and divine masculine. She knows that there's no separation, and she knows that everything she needs sits inside of her: the ovaries, the vagina, the womb, the clitoris, the hips, the buttocks, the womb, the breast is all what she needs because it feeds and it nurtures. So when
Yes.
you are sovereign, that means that you've awakened that divine masculine energy inside. And that's what you live from. That's what gives you the power. Your womb now is the one that carries you. You live from your womb, you live from your heart, and you live from your mind. There's no separation. You no longer have to look for anything outside of yourself. You now know that you create from the unconsciousness. See, we so caught up into consciousness that we
Come
keep
on.
forgetting the unconscious.
Yep. That subconscious is a powerful being, baby.
That's where
It
the
actually
creation
runs
comes
you.
from. Yeah,
That's what's running everything is the
that's your
subconscious.
womb
Yeah.
running.
Yeah, the darkness. It's
Yeah.
the darkness, and they
So
made us scared of the dark.
thank you. So when now, a lot of people think their womb is down here in the sacral. No, no, no. Your womb is at your navel. Where's the umbilical cord? It's navel to navel, right? So
Yes.
your womb is your navel cord. We've been told that our sacral, no, no, no. Your womb is your cord that sits at your navel. And when you know that that's where your womb is, when you begin the conversation like we're having with our womb, we start sharing with our womb, and we start asking our questions, and you start stepping into sovereignty. You're no longer looking outside of yourself for anything because you're looking inward. You know that to go inside, you're going to come to the darkness.
Mm-hmm.
There's no
Mm-hmm.
such the light when she said when Mama said let there be light. What happened? The patriarch energy came. The light is just the information, and all hell broke loose.
Now, Mama Moon, I want to go let some sisters in for the last 5 minutes who may have
Okay.
questions and things like that. Sisters, if you could go ahead and unmute yourself and you could go ahead and ask your questions now. Unmute yourself and actually you could actually turn on your video cameras if you like. Does anybody have any questions for Mama Moon?
I do.
Okay. Hey there, Brittany. How
Greetings.
are
I,
you, sweetie?
I'm well. I think this is my first time even ever coming to Good Coochie Church or
Okay,
church
well,
or whatever it's
welcome.
Welcome.
called. And y'all
Welcome.
made me
Yes,
cry, just so
welcome.
you know. I would definitely cried. And um it's Mama Moot. How do I
Yes.
say it? Mama
Moot.
Moochie. Moot.
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 Yes, and moot.
Okay, Mama Moot. So when you were talking about um being a daughter of a mother and talking about the strenuous relationship, I have a question about my mom. I've had a great me and my mom have been like this like my whole life up until I turned 30. And I'm 34 now, so my like a little bit after my 30th birthday, I remembered that I was molested by my stepdad. And this
Mm-hmm.
has been so tumultuous like with my whole family because I don't mess with no well, I'm back talking to my family as of like March, I think, like maybe right before my birthday. And I crashed out on Facebook like in December. I was holding this in for like 4 years. And I think that the issue with me is that it's not acknowledged and my family's still fucking with him. And
Oh,
even and my mom is and they're not
no.
even married anymore. They're divorced. But they have had, like a very close relationship. But of course, he denied it to the fullest. But I haven't figured out how to. I still get triggered.
Okay.
I,
Well,
I
guess
still
what?
get I still get triggered by it. So, and I will say that I was my mother's mother in my last life.
Mm-hmm.
My mom had me at 16 and her mom went into a coma at 12. So she was in a coma for 4 years. And
Okay.
so, and my spiritual name is Yetunde. So I learned this when I was in the
What's your name?
E-Way.
What's your spiritual name?
Yetunde is
Yeah,
grandmother
Tunde.
return.
Mother returns.
Yeah, that's how I
Mother
found this
returns.
out. So I'm
Yes.
like, okay. Um, I
Okay,
just
yeah, 10 day. Let's stop right there. Let's put this on pause. Okay. If you're looking for an outcome, you're not going to receive one. That's a bitter pill in the melanated community, molestation. You've called out the pedophile. You've called it out. Let it rest. See, it's you to bring it to a place of wholeness, not them.
They got to deal with it.
They got to deal with it. You dealing with it. So your thing about it, no, okay, my molesters were my brothers, and I had to see them every day. But guess what? We could sit down now. We could drink out the same straw. I have no animosity against them because guess what? I did it to them. I acknowledge my part in it. I take full responsibility for everything that happened to me, whether it was good, bad, or indifferent. That's that sovereign piece. That sovereign piece is I'm not looking for a savior. I'm not looking for anything. I'm taking full responsibility for everything that happens in Mutimwiya. Ifa Wimimo, OJ Yemi, Egbe Yinka, Mutimwiya Amans Hoteps, Gare Ruth Bishop, daughter Roselle Miles, everything that has come to pass, everything that has happened to me, I accept full responsibility. I caused it, I created. I am the generator and the creator. I am the erector and the builder. I carry the sacerdotal powers. I'm the oracle and the oracle of. Nothing could happen to me without me creating it. Nothing can happen to me without me being a part of it. My thoughts, my words, my actions, my deeds, and my reactions. My taste, my touch, my sight, my smell, all those create a part of my life. So I am my own creator. How can I get mad at something that happened to me when I participated in it? Now, I might have participated in it from the prior incarnation to this one. Nothing will change, but you can shift how you feel about that. Don't give him your power. When you allow something outside of you to disturb, that means you've given away your, you no longer are sovereign. You're giving that some power. So if you look at it and say, you know what? I did this before. I did it to him. And I can guarantee you, that's how you take your power back. You can also take your power back from actually going from your mother's womb, from that umbilical cord to your umbilical cord. See, that umbilical cord is power. You can move energy through that cord and you can take energy back from that cord. So when you have an expectation of an outcome, when you say, thank and I am thankful and grateful for all things, and let me allow and accept all things, that's a creation statement. Let there be. So when you want to create something, you're going to create it from let there be. Let there be no energy between whoever it is, the person and I, when it comes to this thing of molestation.
Mhm.
I don't care if they still deal with him. Who cares?
Right. And I want to say this too, for those of us or those of you who do not possibly, you may not believe in the theory of, I possibly did that to someone else, because the pain can be in this lifetime too great for you to even connect with that. And that's okay. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
That, take what's for you and what you can receive right now and use that. But understand that once you put that information out there, you got to leave it. You got to
Mm-hmm.
leave it and you got to go do your healing now. You can't
Mm-hmm.
look for them to take accountability of what the part they played. You can't look for them to take responsibility for protecting you, because I can believe you just by you putting it out there internally and mentally and emotionally. They dealing with some stuff. They
Mm-hmm.
just ain't gonna talk about it because they rather
Yes.
deny it.
Yes. So
You
when
see
you
what I'm
put them
saying?
out
So you
there,
might not ever hear it.
yes.
You might not
Yes.
ever hear it again, but you got to still do your work to
Yes.
heal so that they can no longer lay claim to your energy.
Yeah. And speaking into an existence, bring forth a healing. The mother verse hears
And
it.
it's not easy. I ain't gonna
No,
lie, it's not easy.
I never told my mother because I had treated her so bad growing up that I never wanted to hurt her. And when it came out that not only had they molested me, my other sister, I saw it break my mother down. But I never said anything about it.
Mhm.
But I did after she had made her transition. I spoke on it. And my brother hated me for that, but I didn't care. And he denied that he did it. But I don't have a reason to lie. But he can
Yeah.
say whatever he wants to say. I don't care. My thing about it is my healing, my sovereignty,
Mhm.
my
Mhm.
outcome. I'm the alchemist. Nobody got no power over me. I don't need a
Mhm.
savior. I'm my own savior.
And it's unfair and unfortunate that your feelings may never be validated from them. But
Don't
you
need
have
to
to
validate
understand,
it.
you can't go to the ones that hurt you and expect your healing.
Like, I don't need nobody validate
All
nothing
of
from
them
me.
was all of them was a part of it. If they didn't say nothing, do nothing, or if you came to them just now and said something and nobody took any responsibility or accountability or made you feel validated in your feelings, they still are a part of it.
Right.
Understand
But
that?
see,
So you
you
can't go to
validate
those
you.
who hurt you. You
Yes.
can't go to those who hurt you and expect them to heal you. That's not what a healing gonna be at.
Okay. You, as long as you validate you, you don't need
Yeah.
nobody to like you. You don't need nobody to love you. You have to validate and love yourself. And when you know your true worth and your value, and when you know who you are, being a daughter of the mother, baby, guess what? You don't need approval from nothing and nobody. But
Mm-hmm.
you know the most powerful thing that you did, sis, is you told.
Yep. Yep.
That's power.
You put
You
it out
give
there.
yourself, yeah, you thank and give yourself grace and gratitude for being having the strength and the courage to tell it.
Yep. Because you know how many of our mothers still haven't said anything? How many of our sisters still haven't said anything? They're holding that pain. They're holding that lack of protection. They're holding that betrayal. They're holding the lack of their self-worth. Now they hate their bodies now.
Mm-hmm.
All of that because what? They still holding on and they wouldn't tell. So that means that thing still has power over them. The
Mm-hmm.
fact that you released the stronghold of what he did. But I heard you say something. You said you remembered at 30.
Mm-hmm.
That's what she said, Mama. She said she
Mm-hmm.
remembered at
Mm-hmm.
30. So your body and your mind and emotions have been protecting you for 30 years.
Mm-hmm.
That was your body keeping score and having maintaining its own wisdom. But at
Mm-hmm.
age 30, they felt like, okay, you could deal with this now. You've done
Mm-hmm.
enough work where you can expose the pedophile now. So
Yes.
I say congratulations to you, sis, and
Yes.
others out there who's speaking up against
Thank
it.
you. Because the more we speak up, the more we say something, the more healing takes place for others. It gives them strength, courage, and wisdom to speak their truth.
Yes.
I can speak the truth because I've experienced it. I can't speak nothing that I ain't experienced, so I couldn't assist you if I hadn't experienced. But when you speak it out, when you word sound it out, you saying I'm no longer a victim. I am the victor.
Right. No longer in victim status. Yes. Okay. Does anybody else have a question? Thank you, Brittany. Anything else? Did that help?
Mhm.
I don't have a
Yeah,
question,
it
but
did. I feel I definitely felt better since because I did put it out on Facebook. I had been said something to my family, but I did crash out in December, and I literally after I posted it, it was just like, whew.
Okay,
Yeah.
good.
Yeah.
Forget,
Good.
love yourself and keep it moving.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
when you feel like crying, cry. It's
Yeah.
cleansing.
Yeah. Thank you, Brittany. I love you.
Thank you.
Love you
Yes, thank you,
too.
sis.
Okay, come on in here, Tanisha. I see you got something to say. Come on, goddess. How you doing?
how you doing, Miss Tracy? How you doing?
I'm doing
Good.
great,
And
baby.
Mama Moo.
Tanisha, right? Tanisha?
Tanisha. Yes,
All right,
Tanisha.
Tanisha. Greetings.
I don't have a question, but I want to read something that I wrote while Mama Moot was talking about, dealing with difficult mothers and, you know, um, in a sense, in a feel either feeling like you've been betrayed or feeling like, you know, you weren't prioritized or you were neglected, right?
Yes.
So
Okay, give us the download,
forgiving,
sis.
yes, forgiving my mom is a daily thing. Learning to love her as a human and as a woman before she's my mom, because I've learned at the age of 37 I am my own mom at this point.
Come on. Come
I
through.
honor
Birth
her as my
yourself.
mother. I honor her as my mother. I even probably even put her in an authority figure, but I'm learning to take authority back and putting myself as my own authority. So I wrote a little something while she was talking. I just want to share with the group. Is that okay?
Oh,
Yes.
yes.
Share it, sis. We want the download.
Okay.
Forgiving my mother gave me permission to live as her perfect creation. As I forgive her flaws, I give grace to my own. The more I honor her strengths, the more I honor mine. The
Mm,
more I give her grace, the more I give myself grace. Perhaps in this lifetime, my purpose is to learn to forgive myself by first forgiving my mother. By
Yes.
realizing her correction isn't hate, her chastising is fear, her wisdom is love. My
mhm,
mother is everything to me and gives me the chance to be everything for myself, her, and my family. I give myself to I give myself permission to love my mother in her fullness so I can love myself in my fullness. I give myself permission to love her as a human so I can honor the humanity in me. I give
Yes.
myself permission to advocate for my mother as a woman so I can honor her sacred rage and my own. I give myself permission to heal, learn, and grow so I can be an extension of my mother line and be a great example for the daughters that come after me. I respect the purpose, I honor the purpose, and I live it.
Shay.
Girl,
Now,
Ashe, we
take
needed
that,
that, sis.
take that rage and go into that rage.
Because it's sacred.
Thank you. Go into that rage and take that rage and love that rage. Let's keep loving that rage. Wherever that rage is, find it in your body.
And let it fuel you.
Thank you. So what you do is you close your eyes, start pulling the energy down from the crown of your head, and you bring that energy all the way down. And when you feel that where that rage is, because I want to say it's in your vagina and it's in your womb. And when you feel that rage there, let it sit in that rage. And just say, you know what? Let the rage be in me, fuel me for me to love myself, nobody else. Love myself first.
Mhm.
The
Thank you
more
for
you
that
love
beautiful.
yourself, thank you. The more you love yourself, the more the love will go out from everybody everywhere else.
Thank you for that beautiful share, Tanisha.
Yes.
We needed
Hmm.
You
that.
got
I
that?
would like you to put that in the Coochie Church, please. Would you
Hmm.
mind
Okay,
doing that? Is that okay?
that's okay. I'll go ahead and do that.
Yeah, thank you for that. That definitely was a divine download at this
Hmm.
sacred time, and we appreciate that. I
Right.
think
And they tell
all of us felt
yes.
that.
Yeah.
All
And
of
they
us
tell
felt
us
that.
that we can't have rage. And oh, you can have the rage, you can have the anger, you can have it all. I want you,
And own it. We need
thank
to
you.
own it.
We need
Yeah.
to experience each emotion. We need to experience those emotions. We need that's that opportunity once again. Because you see, you're not human, you're sacred and you're divine. And the more you start seeing your sacredness and your divinity, you'll start living from that. You will become exactly. You'll no longer be Tanisha. Guess what? The
Mm,
motherverse will give you a new name.
yes.
Mhm.
They gave me a new name 3 months ago, Mama Move.
Yes. You
They
that
gave me
will
a
be
new name. I was
yes.
walking, doing my daily nature walk.
Hmm.
And as I was walking and the sun was shining on me, I heard them whisper and they said, "Your name is Sarasa."
All right, Sarasa.
I said, "Sarasa?" I said, "Sarasa." They said, "Yes, your new name is Sarasa." And
Hmm.
I went and looked it up and was blown away. And I heard them say, "These are the characteristics and the qualities you have initiated into, and we need you to
Yes.
start embodying them."
Mhm.
Yes. I
We
was
are
so,
the architect of our existence, Tanisha.
I
You
just
are
want to say
your.
one.
Mhm.
I just want to say one thing. There was a lady named Cassandra Faye Floyd, and
we know
she
who
did,
she is.
yeah,
Daughters
she
of the
did an
faith.
interview
Uh-huh.
on Mama T, and she said she's because she's a holistic
Hmm.
doctor. She told her female clients that the reason why they're sick is because they hate their mother.
Mm-hmm.
Did they
Like
just say that?
that hate kind of like how you can hate probably a
Hmm.
guy that broke your heart or a
Hmm.
friend that betrayed you, but the hate for your mother kind of like just echoes throughout your whole body. You feel the ache all the
Hmm.
time. And I
Because you
and I
hate
and I
yourself.
Yes.
yeah.
It's a hate for yourself, and then it's gonna show up physically. It's gonna bring aches and pains and disease and bad health experiences. Yeah, hate is a notorious entity in
Yeah.
energy in the body.
Because we are the daughters of the mother. We didn't come through a penis. We came through a womb. So if you have animosity to that womb, you have animosity against yourself.
Yeah, and it's gonna take a lifetime literally, and maybe even some more lifetimes to work through
Mhm.
that piece there.
But
Many
you're
times.
starting. You're on the
Yes.
journey. So
Mm-hmm.
give yourself credit, give thanks, and acknowledge that. We don't celebrate ourselves. What we try to do, I'm trying to teach sisters how to celebrate each day of their life, celebrate each thought, each word, celebrate yourself. When you do something good, celebrate that. Honor that.
I think I told you this, Mama Mo. About the celebration piece, and I'm glad you
Mm-hmm.
brought that up because with Love My Womb Academy we teach womb healing and
Mm-hmm.
moving through past generational trauma, including your own trauma, and we give
Mm-hmm.
tools and healing modalities on
Mm-hmm.
how to work through that as self-care and being a practitioner and professional with others, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then what I recognize in doing that work for close to 10 years is that many times we continue to recycle trauma. We
Mm-hmm.
continue to stay in that cycle of trauma,
Mm-hmm.
and we never truly want to clear it from our vibrational and emotional, mental, and physical energetics because it's serving us in some kind of way.
Say that
And
again.
yes,
Say
so
that again.
what I'm realizing is that when in my shift, when I went about a year not doing anything with Love My Woman Academy, I think it was almost close to 2 years where I shut everything down. When I came back, they told me they want me to start working from a place of recovery and celebration.
Yes.
We can't continue to keep holding on to that trauma because it's serving us in so many different ways. Either the tension or either the familiarity of how we keep coming
Mm-hmm.
into relationships because that's how we
Mm-hmm.
know how to navigate it through that trauma, through that experience. And so that's what they brought to me. It's about healing, recovery, and celebration. We got to start
Yes.
getting over that thing. And that's why I
Mm-hmm.
call this Big Mama upgrade because we can't stay in the same place. We have to keep moving, we have to keep growing, and we have to keep leveling up.
Mm-hmm.
So I want to give one more person an opportunity to speak. Anyone else have anything they want to say before we end this divine sanctum? Okay. So Mama Moo, you have any last words?
As sister, as wombtresses. I don't use the word goddess, but it's a sacred divine feminine. Everything you needed was given to you at birth. Your thoughts, your words, your actions, your deeds, and your reactions. Your sight, your smell, your taste, your touch, all creates. You are sacerdotal. You are the original OG. Nothing comes before you. It comes through you. Without you, nothing moves. We are so powerful as sistering that if we thought the same thing, we prayed the same prayer, we could stop this motherverse. When you are a daughter of the mother and you realize how powerful the mothers are, when you realize the energy, that love that you carry, love yourself. Honor, value, celebrate self. I'm gonna say this. A man can dog us out, walk all over us, beat us, still, whatever they want to do. Let a sister do it. Let your mama do it.
Don't have that same forgiveness.
None.
Right. Yes. I see that. Okay, so ladies, I want to thank you so much for allowing the mothers to come through today, and I want to thank you, Mama Moo, once again. You one of my favorite people. I love
Yes.
you. I love you dearly.
I love you.
I'm so happy that we are still connected in this lifetime. I'm also happy that you are willing to share, the wisdom that you have received through lifetimes, as
Mhm.
well as in this life carnation. And you're here as the daughters of the mothers, and you're willing to share the wisdom in the sacred codes and downloads that are going to help elevate us and bring this matriarch forth.
Mhm.
So I just want to tell you how much I love and appreciate you.
I
How
love and
can they
appreciate you too.
find you? How can they connect with you?
Well, I have an email address called soul, SOUL, number two, DABONE. That's it. I'm the bush woman.
Soul
It's
to
word of
the
mouth.
bone.
Right.
Soul to
To
the
the
bone at gmail.com,
gmail.com.
ladies.
Yes.
Go ahead, spell that out one more time, Mama.
Small SOUL, number two, DABONE at gmail.com. I too honor you, Tracy. I thank you. Our sistering, we need each other, but we need sisters that are bold enough, breaking those old limiting demarcations of mind. That's bold enough to say, no more. That's
Yes.
bold enough to say that we stand as daughters of the mothers. That's bold enough to call forth the big mama energy without fear of being criticized or ostracized. That's bold enough to say no more. That's
No more.
bold enough to say that we're not going to serve anything that ain't. That's bold enough to say that I'm sovereign.
Yes.
That's bold enough to say I'm staying with the majority of my. That's bold enough to say I stand with my sister. That's bold enough to say I stand in my sacred divine divinity. That's bold enough to say that I am God.
Yes. We do.
So, sister, I thank you for allowing me to serve. We are here to serve. We are here to assist. And we're here to uplift each other. So each sister that you meet, no matter what she projecting, see her sacred and divine. Don't see her any other way. She sees something in you that she don't see in herself.
Yes.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Wholeness.
Yes. And
Mhm.
those of you, if you would like to join the Coochie Church, where we are spreading the gospel of the matriarch, and we are learning about the sibyls, the oracles, the prophetess, the wise woman. If you'd like to learn about the ancient traditions and wisdom of the mothers and the mother so-called religion, I would like to say more or less spirituality, the mother lifestyle, you can join us at the Coochie Church, COOCHIE Church on Facebook. Also, I have a free class in the chat. Each of you go into the chat and you can enroll in that class for free. It is Yoni Steaming for Self-Care, Awaken the Goddess Within. It is going to give
Ashe.
you the tools and the holistic medicine for you to work through your own individual trauma and some of the karma that has come over to you in this life. Okay, sisters, go
Yes.
ahead and click that link and use the promo code if you have to, called self care. One word, all caps, self care.
Yes.
I'm Tracy Bryan, Tracy the Sacred CEO. You can check me out, Tracy Bryan, on all media platforms. And I love you. I love you, dear
Love you
sister.
too.
Thank
All right.
you.
Yes.
You're
Okay.
welcome.
Thank
Peace and
you.
blessings.
I don't
Wholeness.
see that link. I don't
Okay.
see the
Well,
link.
I'm gonna go.
Where
If
is
you
the
move
link?
all the way up on it, you see it. But I'm gonna go ahead and post it again. Let me copy it, and I'm gonna do that now. So I'm glad you said that before I left. Okay, there it is. I'm putting it in the. Okay, you should see it now. Do you see it now, Goddess?
Yes.
Good.
Yes.
Okay, it was
Yes.
all the way up
Thank
to the
you.
top. That's up. That's why you missed it.
I screenshot it.
Okay, good. Well, you gonna screenshot it, but you gotta still get the link. Click the
Oh,
link so
okay.
you can get into the class. So
Okay.
everybody click the link right now in the chat.
Oh,
And then
okay.
put in the
Open
promo
my.
code self-care if you have to. It's going to be all caps, one word, self-care.
Okay.
Click that link, everybody. Yeah, it's a link. Because if you screenshot it, you're not going to necessarily know where to go.
Okay. So I have to sign up.
Yes, you give us
Okay.
your
Okay.
email address and you create a password in order to get to the class.
Okay. Send code
And the
to sign up into
passcode
the
is
code.
self-care.
Yes, all one word, all caps.
Mama
Okay.
Tracy, this the first portion. Isn't that the first portion we did before we got
Oh
to
yeah, before you go to practitioner's training, yeah, you want to
yeah.
tell everybody how that was for you, Brittany? How you became who you are due to that just one class?
You just put me on the spot.
Well, then don't
It
worry
was
about it.
life
I ain't
it
putting you
was
on the
life
spot. You the one came out talking
changing.
about, is that the one class? Well, you asked.
Yes. Well, I did it in person, so I don't think I knew that you had like a digital version.
Yeah,
So
it's connected to your practitioner's training online.
it is. Well, I
Yes, it
just
is.
clicked the link, it logged me right in.
I
So
know. Uh-huh.
well, ladies, if you haven't taken it, okay, well, I took it in 2017, so this is just it changed my life. It
Yeah.
was already in alignment. I feel like if you're already here, it has to be some kind of alignment with you, with your understanding, or maybe your higher self is like seeking this knowledge or this information.
Mhm.
Um, so it brought a lot of things into perspective for me, and it also I feel like it helped me understand more of my purpose. Even just listening to this, and I'm like, I feel like I just had another. not maybe an epiphany of like, okay, you thought it was this, but you really
Hmm.
called to do this. I feel
Yeah, another
literally
level of awareness.
yes, that I
Hmm.
just on this call, just right here, and I'm just like, okay, so the self care is that it's gonna somebody. It's the link is in there. Somebody said resend the link again.
Yeah, I got kicked out, so when I came back, the chat is gone.
Hold
Oh,
on, I'm gonna send it to you right now, baby.
Okay, I thank
It's
you.
in the chat, though. It's in the chat.
she left the chat, so she can't
Okay,
see
there you go,
anything.
honey. There, I'm sending a link.
I'm about to
I
say
Okay,
I
got it.
Okay,
I
posted,
I
baby.
send it to Val. I send it to you. I got it.
but
Okay.
okay,
it's definitely gonna
thank
help you
you.
heal, help you work on, address some things, and yeah, it really did change my life. It
Yeah.
was like it was a part of my journey, and I am a vaginal steam practitioner, um
Womb health educator. Yeah.
and a womb health educator, and I ran from it for a long time, and here I am back.
Well, thank
With-
you.
yeah.
I appreciate you. And thank you, dear sisters. I thank everybody on this call right now. We appreciate you. And I love you. Peace and blessings.
Peace
Thank
and
Peace and
blessings.
you.
blessings. Thank
Have
you,
a good week,
Tracy. Thank you,
everyone.
Mama Mutimwiya.
Thank you
Yeah.
Yeah.
all. Yes. Wholeness.